Hey guys, Jeff Ryan here. I am still digging the Oldsmobile, the Tornado that my wife got me for the holidays. It looks like it rolled out of the package. I love it. I tried to get it out of her how much she spent for it, and I get a big smile. That's all I got. I got a big smile. So she did really good. She did really good. And plus the chassis I showed you guys last time, they all work. They're all in wonderful shape. One of the chassis is on the wheelies. Since I've got some chassis now, what I was thinking about doing is finishing the projects I got going on with the Johnny Lightning. You guys know I love the chrome ones, and I've got all these yet to get on the chassis. So knowing that, I started ordering some things online, like I needed some drivers and whatnot, and I always go to, first I go to Rather Boring on eBay, and what was nice is he just sent me this box, and look at the thank you. He gave me the thank you card there, and all my stuff is in there, you know, that I ordered. But he gave me this at no charge. This is, I didn't expect that. It hadn't been mounted. It's like, wow, I had no idea that was coming. So again, guys, if you need some stuff sent to you very quickly, Rather Boring on eBay. My God, he got stuff right here. And the reason I ordered it, or some of this stuff anyways, because I knew this was coming in. This is a Mach 1, no factory accents, never been mounted, no bumper, no windshield, no front bumper either, no chassis. So I knew I needed some things from there, so I thought I'd get that, get all the parts ahead of time. So let me get into this. We got a lot of cool stuff going on in this video. The trailer, where's the trailer? Where's the trailer? There you go. I'm not going to sacrifice 4 of my old axles to make 2 for the trailer. So in the box I got from Rather Boring, I've got a plethora of axles I can go ahead and use. They'll be all fresh and everything like that. So let's go ahead and dive into this stuff, guys. I am really excited about this video. A lot of good stuff going on. Well, I tell you what, I really can't hand it to my wife enough. I've got the chassis she got me for the holiday. I've got them all sorted out and everything. I pulled out my bin for the stuff that I keep the bumpers and the glass and the things like that from. I usually keep a good stock, but again, if I know projects are coming in, I order up on stuff, and I normally just don't order one of something. I order a number of things. So let me go ahead and get all this stuff sorted out. Whoa, I got a good amount of stuff here. And I'm going to get it all into this bin, then we'll go ahead and dive into these projects. Oh, hey, real quick about the car here. I went to Rather Boring's site on eBay real quick. It looks like it's a 1987 stock car. Now, guys, to me, when I first looked at it, I thought Cutlass. I don't think so. I don't know. Can you guys identify it? Is it what kind of stock car is it? I don't know. But that's going to be a fun project. The windshield is not hot knifed in or anything, and there's no paint on it whatsoever. The screw posts have not been tapped, so that's going to be a fun project, getting that bug on the track. Okay, so let me once again go ahead and get this stuff sorted out. Okay, I just spent the last little bit sorting through everything. I've got all the parts where in different bags and where I need them, where I can get at them. I always think if you can't find it, you can't use it. So sort through your stuff, spare parts, whatever, sort through it, make sure you know where everything's at. Again, if you can't find it, you can't use it, guys, can't use it. So, boy, I like that Oldsmobile. That looks sharp. It really does. Let's get onto the trailer. We are going to get onto the trailer. With the parts I got from Rather Boring, I took 4 of the axles out. Those are all new axles. I got the hubs and the tires, and I took out the windshield and both front and back bumpers. I can't wait to get to that. That looks so sweet. I know it needs a bath. I know it looks slightly dirty, but nothing I can't take care of. And guys, the chassis, who made this? The Johnny Lightning, the Polar Lights. I'm going to get either throw them away, or if you guys tell me, hey, you want these chassis, because as I go through, pardon me, and get some chassis for these bodies, the Johnny Lightning chassis there, I'm going to pitch it. Unless you guys want it, let me know. I'm not even going to try to sell them. I've got no use for them. So if you guys like those, tell me to save them for you. I'll make sure you get them. Okay, let me go ahead and dig up the instructions for the trailer here. Just a sec. Just started getting in the trailer. You got to hand it to the Print Pro guys. They got the social media on the back there. To me, that's smart. That's smart advertising. You want to get to these guys, you want to see them on social media, bam, they got it going on right there. All right, let me get the rest of this out of the package. I just thought that was a good effort, guys. Okay, very good. I got everything laid out. Looks like I got all the parts there. We got the 4 axles, and we'll take a little bit off of each one, but it'll make one long axle. The little black pieces there, those are like the axle connectors. We talked about the hubs and the tires. They give us a screw there and the hitch, and it looks like we have some fenders here. So it looks like we're all set to go. The first thing we do, just making sure we got all the parts up here. Yes, I got the glue. Yeah, I got sandpaper, all that stuff. Drill bits. Okay, and I do have different size drill bits. It says drill the axle holes in the trailer to the size of the axle you want to use. Great. So let's see here. They are talking about the underneath side of it. So we got to drill the holes out, all 4 of those out, so the axles slide through perfectly. Now here's one thing. How big are the axles? What size? You know, I know I've got my drill there ready to go, but let me show you something with the calipers real quick. Okay, just looking at one of the axles that we have, you know, they say drill the hole there, but how big, you know, to do it? I got a 1.3 millimeter. Let me do that again in front of me, make sure I got the right spot here. All right, there, it's resting good. That's 1.4 millimeters, that's fine. So what is my drill bit gonna be? 1.4. So we know we got the right thing here. Now, one thing I'm gonna make mention of, turn that off. I was talking about it earlier in like the last video. You gotta sacrifice 4 axles to make 2 axles. I don't know if everybody's gonna be just, you know, hey, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Let's go online real quick. Let's see if we can find 1.4 millimeter metal rods and see what they go for. It can't be too hard, okay? Let's just take a second and go to eBay real quick. Look at that, right there. Very, very, very easy to find. My advice to the Prep Pros guys is, hey, listen, instead of having to sacrifice these axles, if you have something this diameter, look at that, 1.4, if you got that, cut them up for us. Cut them up for us, give them to us. If it costs a little extra, that's okay. It's like, I don't know how many people are gonna wanna grind axles, and if you give us the right length and right diameter, it's gonna fit the hubs, we're in business, we're in business. That's just my suggestion. Okay guys, let's get after this. Let me go ahead and drill that out. Okay, here's what I did. I had this bit in, and that's the 1.4 millimeter. And then when I tried to get the axle through the hole, little bit snug, more snug than I liked. I went up a bit, and let me measure it real quick. I think it's 1.8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, let me make sure I got the right spot. Yep, 1.8 millimeters. That's what that one is, and I took this drill to the back holes here, and now the axle goes in the way you want it to. It slides in easy. It's not sloppy. It slides in nice. Slides nice. I'm going to do the same thing with these holes, but as far as the axle connector, I'm definitely going to use the 1.4 because that's a snug fit. Okay, I got the holes on both sides of the trailer drilled out so the axles will fit in there real good. What is the next step? Number 2, it says drill the axle connector to the size of the axle, slightly smaller or tight fit. Okay, no, there it is, 1.5. I kept getting 1.4, guys. I kept getting 1.4, but they say 1.5 bit should be a good fit for a standard T-jet axle. So what they are talking about, where are they at? Those little black axle connectors. That's what I'm going to tend to next. All right, I just got both the axle connectors drilled out. Let me go and get that off the bit. And I think the next part is, yeah, we got to cut or grind down the axles. All right, let me prepare for that. Just got the first axle cut, pretty easy to do. I just used the needle nose. They have a little bit of a cutter on them. Let me go and do the other three. All right, I got the axles cut over there. The next step, I believe it says put it, yeah, it says put it, push the connectors into the axle and sand the outside of the connector smooth to ensure rotating the axle, and do this for both of them. So I get it. I've already looked over the instructions, so you really want that nice and smooth on both ends. Let me go ahead and tend to that next. Okay, pretty straightforward. What you do is you start one of the axles. Let me go and get that in there a little bit better so we can get it on the chassis there. You start one of the axles, you put it through, just kind of thread it through. There you go. And then I'm going to take this over to my vise that I have and just kind of push it in place, and it's easy as that. And again, make sure that it spins freely. This one does, so we're in good shape. All right, let me take care of the second half of that axle. And I just tightened it up. You know when it's done is when you can feel the two axle halves touch each other inside that little sleeve there. All right, very good. Let me get out of the vise here. I'm way over here. I was just checking it, and they both spin freely. That's what you want. You don't want it to get stuck or like clicking or anything or any burrs like that. That's why they tell you to sand it and make sure it's good. Okay, so do we put the tires on? Just a sec. Yeah, so it said get the hubs and the tires on. Did that. Next up, it says, you know, to ensure that the axles rotate freely. You know, if the axle's bind or something, you got to address the edges. But I was just checking it, and they both roll real good. So the next step, what do they have us do? Carefully use a file or a piece of sandpaper and clean the matting surface from the base to the fender. Okay, so the fenders are coming on next. So that's cool. Very good. All right, I was just trying to get after the part to where you start to sand to make sure that the fenders going well. And here's the snag I ran into. I had to deconstruct a little bit. The backside of the hub is going to have to be sanded so the tire itself fits closer to the trailer so it doesn't rub on the inside of the fender there, or the wheel well, I guess, whatever that is, wheel well, I guess. So I got to sand all four of those to make them skinnier. Let me go and do that now. Okay, I redid the tires and the hubs, and I sanded the inside. And then I started, just for fun, I started putting it back in place, and I realized I had it backwards. There's real no need to sand the inside of the hubs like that. There's none. Because when you put this bugger on here, you know, and you test fit everything before you put it on. When you put it on there, the tires are fine. They're fine. So that was my fault, my mistake. I think the next thing is just make sure it fits exactly properly. Like they said, check those little notches in there. Make sure that they're good and cleaned out. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue this thing back, glue both the hubs or fenders or wheel well tire thingies. I'll glue them on. The little notches in the side, I just take my little triangle rat tail here and just go clean it out if there's anything in there. There was only one little tiny burr thingy in there, and out of all four, I got them all cleaned out. All right, let me go and get the fenders on. Wow, tell you what, looks good sitting there, doesn't it? I've got the fenders on, rolls nice and smooth, I was just looking at the instructions over here, and it looks like the next thing is, they're telling you, hey, you're just about done. All you have to do is install the hitch, and with the hitch, they provide you a screw. I don't know if I need one that long, so I got a regular standard T-jet screw, the length there, so I'm going to use that to see if that works. And what else? Yeah, they say, hey, listen, we have new features. You can do the car forward now, backwards, and reason being is they have holes for the guide pin in 2 different locations. I love it. I think that is a winner. I really do. So they give you some step-by-step on how to get the back hitch there installed there, which is good. And then this one down here, you see in the very back there, they're telling you, hey, listen, for better performance and handling, throw a screw with a guide pin back there, and then that will keep the back end of the trailer on. So I'm going to do that as well. So next, we got to find the car to, I don't know, pull the trailer. I don't know what to do. I don't know which one. Maybe Maserati. Okay, now if we do a Maserati, let's say a Lincoln Maserati, something like that, then what goes on the trailer hitch? You know, so we have a dilemma. But first I got to figure out what car do I want to pull the trailer. What car? I got to think about it. Guys, I went with the Fairlane. And the trailer on the track, it looks good. It looks sleek. I like the black. I really do. Like the black a lot. The hitch, what's nice about it, it is so freely movable. It's absolutely wonderful. Before we put a car on there, well, I gotta choose a car. Before we put it on there, let's give it a test. Let's see how it does. Oh, what I did not do, I forgot to put a guide pin on that. Okay, it's doing fine right now though. Doing real good. But yeah, I'm gonna wanna put a guide pin so it keeps the back end of that trailer right where it should be. All right, give me just a second. Let me scrounge one up. All right, good. Following the instructions there, I got a guide pin, and it is time to test it. I think it's a real good thing to do there to keep it right where you want it. And I'm thinking if it can keep it on the single lane here, we're good to go. Let's get it hooked up real quick. And we're testing it, I know, without a car or anything on it. Now, I've got the guide pin back there, and what it does do with that screw in there, and that's a Walther's screw 3/16. It takes up that last hole, but big deal, we have 5 other holes for guide pins. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're sacrificing one, but that's okay. And it's getting around the single lane with the trailer, and it's even going through where it has double guardrails, so it's doing fine. It's doing fine. All right, let me get a car to put on this bugger. All right, just got the Mustang hooked up onto the trailer. What do you think, guys? Yeah, I'm digging it. You know what's interesting about the Pro Creations with this and the trailer? I'm running my stock cars with these. I am not racing them, and these guys get it. When you see one of your stock cars pulling around another one of your stock cars on the trailer, that is freaking awesome, guys. That is really, really, really cool. And it works beautifully. Again, the guide pin in the back makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. Okay, very good. I'm excited about that. Guys, if you want to get their trailer, go for it. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. A little bit fiddly with one part as far as the axles, but once you get it, it works. It works real good. Okay, and another thing on their instructions, as far as the 1.4, like I said, millimeter drill and axle and everything, I think the 1.5, like they mentioned in the instructions, is spot on. So I might have to calibrate my calipers. I might have to do that. So I am very excited about this piece here. It doesn't have any accents. It's never been mounted. I love like that. Oops, then here I am dropping it. The screw posts have not been tapped. Nothing's matter with it. It was in a private collection, and I was lucky enough to get it. So I think first thing I need to do is wash this bugger up. Just got back from the sink, and boy, it looks good. It looks good. I was just drying it off my shirt. And you guys, I know that I've said it before a million times, but I advocate for taking a towel and then going in and really getting the water out of the screw post. Last thing you want to do is have water and then you put the screw in, and now it's rusted, and you got to undo it, and it breaks the darn screw post. Just take a minute, wick it out. You can do the same thing with the back. All right, getting ready to do the VRP. I just got done shaking it. Vinyl rubber plastic. I know I talked about it last time. With the old T-Jet bodies, they don't have a lot of paint on them, guys. And that when I've had T-Jet bodies in Easy Off, and Easy Off doesn't take off the accents. Now you get the AFX bodies, the Tommy bodies, things like later in that, and they have paint on them. I've heard that the VRP affects the paint. Be mindful, use caution. Be mindful, use caution. Another product I heard that was really good, the guy was funny, he goes, spray turtle wax. He goes, it's wonderful, spray turtle wax. I haven't used it yet. I've used it like years ago, but I haven't used spray turtle wax. So anyways, I'm going to splooge a little bit of this on. I've got my towel here. I'm going to rub it in and just let it set for a few minutes. Okay, the VRP is on there. It's going to be on for a few minutes, and then I'll get it off and I'll rub it out with the shirt. With the VRP, you really don't need to buff it much. You really don't. Boy, it looks good, doesn't it? Absolutely wonderful. Again, I'm going to give a thumbs up to the trailer and the camper. And again, look at the colors they come out with. Who doesn't like that light blue? Damn, that looks good. The green, I love it. It's like foresty and all that stuff. You know, the red, we did that. The dark blue, some strong colors, guys. And the gray, that's got to be like the standard color for a trailer. But the black, when I saw the black, it just looks absolutely wonderful. Look at it. You know what? That whole package right there. So again, these guys get it. Print Pro Creations get it. We're not racing around the track. We're running our cars around the track. You could probably race it, but you're going to be throwing cars and whatnot. It'd be no fun, no fun. Anyways, let me go ahead and let that set up for just a bit longer, then I'll go ahead and get it all off there. Wow, I got the majority of it off with the paper towel, but look at the shine. Look at the look at that. Look at that on the side there. You know what? Oh my God. The roof, the hood, the trunk, that's a high luster. And again, caution with VRP, if you got the bodies that have paint on it, please use your discretion, use caution. Again, these old T-Jets, man, they use very, very little, and I've never had the VRP take the paint off of these. I haven't. So other guys said that on different types of stock cars they had, so again, please use caution. This thing is absolutely wonderful. All right, next, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to dry fit the bumpers, see how they do. Because sometimes, you know, they make the reproduction bumpers and they do the best they can, but if they don't fit perfectly, sometimes I've had to, like, you know, the holes there for the front bumpers, I've had to like bore them out a little bit. So, you know, you always want to try to dry fit it before you put glue in the holes, and then, you know, go ahead and stick the bumper, and if they don't fit, then it's not a fun game. Just got the front bumper in. It is in so snug. It's in so good. Probably not going to use any glue with it. Let's go for the back one here real quick. See what it looks like. Fits great though, doesn't it? Yeah, it fits real good. I probably can't turn it upside down without it falling out the way it went in. Yeah, okay, got it. And let's go ahead and look at the windshield here, see what we got. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. Fell right into place. Absolutely right into place. All right, I know I got to glue that in, and I got to get the back bumper in. Let me go ahead and get after that. Just put a very small amount of glue on that little post for the windshield to go in, and just a very, again, small amount of glue on the post that hold the back bumper in. I gotta put it down. I can't fiddle with it anymore. If I do, I'm gonna screw something up. Gotta let it down. I know. I just set it down just a second ago. The glue is still drying and it just hit me. And some of you guys are probably thinking the same thing I am. I didn't tap the screw post. I have not tapped the screw post. You know, I got it all shined up. Look at the wheel wells. Look at the wheel wells. It just looks awesome. So I'm gonna let the glue dry. Then we gotta tap the screw post, get some screws on it, and I gotta find a chassis for it. And it shouldn't be hard finding a chassis for it. Okay, at the point to where I've got the guide pin, I've got both the screws. I got a 1/4 inch screw for the front screw post, and I've got a 3/16 for the back. That means I don't have to drill as far in the back. Now I'm gonna bore these holes out just slightly, and then we're gonna go ahead and start tapping the screw post. So let me go ahead and get after that. All right, now I'm down there just a little bit, and you see the yellow that's coming out. I'm just taking out just a little bit, and then I bring it all the way back out, and get rid of that stuff. I'm gonna do that another time, see if I can get it a little bit deeper. I'm gonna do that the same thing with the back. Now I've gone deep enough on the front and the back to where I can put the screws in and just start slowly threading them. I'm gonna start with the front one. All right, I've started threading the screw post, and I can't stress enough, just go slow. You do a little bit, you feel the resistance, go back. Just go slow. Go back further than you think you need to. You know, and just keep working it. Just keep working it. And I check by eyeballing it. Well, I got a little bit more to go. But again, guys, do not go fast. It's not the quickest one wins here. Just keep going back and forth really slow. All right, very good. I think I got the front one in as far as I wanted, and I finger put the back one in there. And again, it is the 3/16 by Walthers, and yeah, there you go. When you feel the resistance, just go back a little bit. Feel the resistance, go back a little bit more forward and back, a little bit forward and back. And again, the reason I use a smaller screw in the back position is like this one, the Cheetah, things like that. They don't have a very long screw post, and you don't want to have to use a full 1/4 inch doing that. All right, let me go ahead and put this in front of me, and I'll finish it up with it. I think I got them both. I really do. I think I got them both. Maybe a little bit more in the front one, but without putting the chassis and the guide pin there, it's hard to tell. Let me go ahead and get those two. Let's see what it looks like. If I got it, fine. If not, we do it some more. But again, I can't stress enough. Go slow, guys. Go slow. Just another little tidbit. You see the screwdriver I got? Don't use a Aurora, one that came with the pit kit and all this. No. Get something. And the reason I do this is because it's got that swivel head on it, and that's the part in your palm. And when you're doing this, you can go back and forth, back and forth. I'm not going that fast, but I'm just saying you can go back and forth. It's a better tool than just a standard screwdriver. That's all. I just got the chassis in there and I checked the back. I had to do the smidge more. I did, and then you could feel it. You could feel it like tighten up on the chassis. So we got that one. Let me go ahead and check the front one. Nope, close. What do they say? Close but no cigar. I've got just, I don't know, 1/64 of an inch more to go. I don't know, but it's a look at the guide pin. It's wobbling around. And what's interesting about the guide pin wobbling around, some guys like that. They say if you can tighten it all the way up, I understand that. But some guys do run with the cars just a little bit, loosey-goosey with the guide pin. So interesting. I'm going to go just a little bit more, which will do this. It'll allow me to tighten it up all the way, and it can always back it out if I want more of a loose guide pin as well. Oh man, that looks absolutely awesome. Okay, got the front and back screws in. There's no more wobble with the guide pin. I can't wait to get it on the track here. We got the inside. Oh, looks good, doesn't it? Oh, and it's smooth too. Got some juice. Can't open it up quite a way. Let me put it on the big track. See if we can open it up just a little bit. This looks great. This looks absolutely awesome. Again, guys, if you need some spare parts, rather boring, on eBay, he's the gentleman who started model motoring a number of years ago, and they've got some exceptional parts, not just for the old T-Jets, but a number of other things. You really got to check them out. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That is cool. And it's got some, it hugs the curves too. Got some grip. That looks awesome. Oh, I'm gonna have some fun. Here. Now that's 3 as far as the Mach 1s. That's 3 of them that I got that don't have any factory accents, and all 3 of them were never tapped before as far as the screw post. So I am just pleased as punch. The only thing is, and I had to do this recently. God, they look good. I gotta figure out, there's the other 2. There's the red one, there's the blue one. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put everything together and match everything and whatnot. I've got so many of them, I don't know the count off the top of my head that don't have any factory accents on them. I really don't know the count right now, but I'd really like to have those all in one area. You know what? It just seems like they're in a league of their own, like the bug there. Look at it. The yellow one, all 3 of the 2 green ones, the blue one, they just really stand out when they don't have any accents on them. I love them. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to end off here. I think everything we did during this video today is just absolutely a blast. Look at that trailer. Again, with the Mustang on it, absolutely wonderful. So if you're thinking about doing the Print Pro trailer or the campers, I'm going to give a thumbs up to it, guys. I'm really going to give a thumbs up to it. And what was nice, and I got to thank you all, my book, as far as this holiday season, has really taken off. So I appreciate you guys getting the book, giving it as the holiday gifts. And it's good for birthdays, holidays. It's good for Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So anytime you want to get the book, guys, I certainly appreciate it. Guys, I have had an absolute blast today. An absolute blast. Thank you for watching.